Level 1. The Bottle. You're 14 years old. You live in a neighborhood where MS-13 controls every corner. You see the older guys. They wear blue and white. They have cash. They have respect. Your mom works double shifts and nobody sees you at school. But when those guys walk down the street, everyone steps aside. You start hanging at the bodega where they post up. You don't ask to join. That's disrespect. You just exist. You grab sodas when they're thirsty. You watch their backs when deals go down. You hold backpacks without asking what's inside. They call you Bottle. It means eyes. Your job is simple. See a cruiser? You text one emoji. A police car. That's it. Spot some West Side locos? You bolt inside and sound the alarm. You earn $0. You're being tested. Teacher asks about the guys on the corner? You say nothing. Detective offers you 50 to talk? You walk away. 6 months of silence. 6 months of watching. Waiting for the day they call you something more than Bottle. Because in this world, patience is currency. And right now, you're broke. But you're about to spend. Level 2. The KO. 6 months. You've proven you're not a snitch. One night, Spider pulls you aside. You want in? You nod. Then you get checked. The KO is the test. It's a beating. You stand in a parking garage. 13 members form a circle around you. You have to survive 13 seconds of all of them attacking at once. You can't fight back. You can't run. You can't make a sound. The count starts. 1. A fist cracks your jaw. 2. A boot drives into your ribs. 5. You're on the concrete. 8. You taste copper. 11. Your vision swims. 13. It stops. You're on the ground. Everything burns. Spider helps you up. He hugs you. Welcome, homeboy. You're in. They give you the street name. You're Ghost or Tiny or Shadow. That name is your new skin. You still make no money, but now you have family. Now you have protection. Walk down any block in this neighborhood and people know. You're MS, blood in, blood out. There's no forgetting this night. The concrete still holds your blood. And now you hold something back. A place, a purpose, a brotherhood that kills for you. Level 3, the Soldier. You're 16, jumped in for a year. Now you get your first real job. You're a soldier. Your job is to move product. MS-13 controls the local trade. You don't touch it directly. You're the bridge. Someone drops a package behind the laundromat dumpster. You pick it up. You walk 6 blocks to a basement apartment. Knock 3 times. Someone cracks the door. You hand them the package. You leave. You get paid $300 a week. That's more than your mom makes in 4 days. You buy fresh kicks. You buy a rope chain. You start to feel heavy, visible, real. But the risk is everything. If county catches you holding, you're going to juvie. MS-13 doesn't bail you out. You do your time. You keep your mouth sealed. That's the law. If you snitch, you die. They will find you, even inside. When the clique needs muscle, you show up. A shop owner won't pay tax. You and 2 others walk in with pipes. You smash the coolers. You leave. Next week, he pays. A rival spots your territory. You grab a blade and you go hunting. Level 4, the Veterano. You're 19, 5 years in. You did your time. 20 months in county for aggravated assault. You sat in that box and never whispered to the detectives. You came out and they threw you a party. You earned your stripes. Now you're Veterano. You're not running packages anymore. You have younger soldiers working under you. They kick up cash to you. You take your cut, then you pass the rest to the palo. Your job is managing blocks. You control 4 corners. You decide who stands where. You decide who sells and who gets taxed. You also enforce the rules. If a soldier gets sloppy, talks too much, or holds back money, you're the correction. Sometimes that's a conversation in the kitchen. Sometimes that's a beating behind the garage. Sometimes he just stops answering his phone. You make $2,000 a week. You have a used Nissan. You have a studio apartment. You have a girl who knows better than to ask questions. Life feels good. But you're flagged. The task force knows your face. You're in the database now. Verified gang member. Anything happens on your blocks, they come knocking first. Level 5, the Palo. You're 24. You've survived longer than most. Shot twice. Arrested 7 times. Prison once. But you never broke. The clique trusts you. You're promoted to Palo, the voice. You lead your local clique, 40 soldiers under your command. You control an entire housing complex. Your job is management. You collect from all your veteranos. You take your cut. Then you pass the rest up to the ranflero. You hold meetings in the back room. The veteranos bring you problems. West Side hit our runner. Narcotics raided the stash spot. You make decisions. You give orders. You also handle diplomacy. When another set wants to negotiate, they come to you. When 2 soldiers have beef, you settle it. Your word is final. You say someone gets jumped out, it happens. You say someone gets greenlit, marked for death, it happens. You're making $8,000 a week. You have power. You have respect. But you have a target on your spine. Every hungry veterano wants your chair. Every rival wants you in the ground. The feds have a squad dedicated to your fall. You don't sleep deep anymore. You keep a pistol under your pillow. You move where you sleep. You trust nobody completely, especially not your girl. The feds love flipping girlfriends. Level 6, the ranflero. You're 30, ancient in gang years. Most guys you came up with are dead or buried in Supermax. But you're smart. You're careful. You've climbed to the top. You're ranflero now, regional leader. You control operations across 2 cities. 6 Palos report to you. You oversee 200 soldiers. You're not on the streets anymore. You operate from the shadows. You run this like a corporation. You manage supply. You negotiate with the Connect for product. You set the prices. You control distribution. You also handle the books. The organization moves millions. You have to wash that cash. You open legit businesses, a taco spot, a towing company, a strip club. The money flows through, comes out clean. You're pulling in $40,000 a week. You live in a gated community. You drive a new Escalade. You wear designer. To your neighbors, you're just a successful entrepreneur. They have no idea. But the pressure crushes. The feds have taps on your circle. You know this, so you never talk business on phones. You meet face to face. You speak in code. You're powerful, but you're not free. You're a prisoner of the life you built. Level 7, the shot caller. They got you. The feds built their RICO case for 3 years. You're looking at 35 years, no parole. You're going to die in a cage. But here's the thing. Prison is where MS-13 truly lives. On the streets, you were powerful. In here, you're royalty. You're sent to federal Supermax. Within a week, you've connected with the other soldiers inside. Hundreds of them. They run this place. You become shot caller, one of the leaders on the block. You control who gets protection and who gets shank in the shower. You settle disputes. You enforce the laws. You also communicate with the outside. Your sister visits twice a month. She brings news. She takes your orders back out. You're in a cage, but you still have power. You run the prison economy. Product comes in through crooked guards. Phones come through drones dropping packages in the yard. Money moves through commissary accounts. You tax everything. You also order hits. A guy in the streets is talking to detectives. You send a kite. 3 days later, he's in the morgue. A rival transfers to your unit. You give the signal. He gets sliced in the chow line. Prison is your empire now. You have respect. You have authority. You have control. The only thing you don't have is freedom. Level 8, the international leader. There's one more level, the highest, the founders, the ghosts. MS-13 was born in Los Angeles, 1983. Salvadoran refugees fleeing civil war formed the clique to protect themselves from Mexican gangs already there. They called themselves Mara Salvatrucha. 13 came later. The letter M, 13th in the alphabet. But in the 90s, the government deported thousands of members back to El Salvador. They took the gang with them, planted seeds in soil already bloody from war. Now MS-13 operates in two worlds, the streets of America and the streets of Central America. The highest leaders, the original founders still breathing, sit in Salvadoran supermax prisons, places like Zacatecoluca, maximum security where MS-13 runs entire cell blocks. These men are ghosts. No social media, no interviews, no photographs. They communicate through layers of lawyers, family, coded letters. But their word is absolute. When they send an order, it travels from San Salvador to Houston, to Charlotte, to Long Island. Thousands of soldiers follow that command without question. You will never reach this level. These men built MS-13. They are mythology. They are the religion. You're just a soldier in their army. Level 9. The end. You're 36, 22 years in this life. You've been shot 5 times. You've killed 4 people. You've been to prison 3 times. You've made close to $1 million. But you've lost every cent to lawyers, bail, and keeping your name alive. You sit in your car outside your mother's house. She's old now, white hair, bad hip. She cries every time she sees your face. She begs you to leave. She says it's not too late. But it is too late. There's no retirement. There's no walking away. You're MS-13 for life. Blood in, blood out. You start the engine. You drive to the bodega where you first stood as a bottle, where you first felt seen. There's a kid there now. He's 14. He's watching. He's hungry. He runs inside when the soldiers need something. He holds bags without asking. You see yourself in him, the same desperation, the same hope, the same path waiting to unfold. And the cycle continues. Because MS-13 doesn't end. It just finds new bodies to fill old names, new soldiers to replace dead ones, new blood to replace the blood already spilled. This is the world of every rank. This is the only way it ends.